Magkailan lamang isiniwalat ni Congressman Rodante Marcoleta ang isang matinding aligasyon kaugnay sa pagtanggap ng suhol na nagkakahalaga ng 1 bilyong piso. Ayon sa kaniyang pahayag, may mga personalidad na sangkot sa kontrobersiyang ito at kanyang ipinangako na ilalantad ang buong katotohanan sa publiko. Ang kanyang revelasyon ay nagdulot ng matinding reaksyon mula sa iba't ibang sektor ng lipunan, lalo na sa larangan ng politika. Ayon kay Congressman Marcoleta, ang naturang suhol ay bahagi ng isang malaking eskandalo na naglalayong impluwensyahan ang mga desisyon ng gobyerno. Binanggit niya na ang pera ay binigay upang tiyakin ang paborableng resulta para sa isang proyekto at kontrata. Sa kanyang talumpati sa Kongreso, binigyan din niya ang kahalagahan ng transparency at accountability sa pamahalaan at nananawagan siya sa kanyang mga kapwa mambabatas na magsagawa ng masusing imbestigasyon upang matukoy ang mga responsable sa anomalya. Bunsod ng pahayag ni Congressman Marcoleta, nagkaroon ng panibagong sigla ang mga tawag para sa mga mahigpit na mga aligasyon laban sa korupsyon. Maraming mamamayan ang umaasa na ang kanyang pagsisiwalat ay magbibigay daan sa mas malinis at tapat na pamahalaan. Sa mga susunod na araw, inaasahan na magkakaroon ng mga karagdagang detalye at ebidensya kaugnay sa usaping ito. Patuloy kaming magbabantay at mag-uulat ng mga bagong pangyayari hinggil sa malaking eskandalong ito. At yan nga ang balitang ating pagkakatutukan. Ngunit bagong lahat, siguraduhin mag-subscribe at i-hit ang notification bell para sa patuloy na pagtutok sa mga silyap ng bagong balita sa tunay na boses ng masa.
Link lang to one official, pero yung account this big, do you really believe na only one person is involved, or maybe
Sa ngayon po, sa ngayon, based on our verification, it leads to only one person muna.
Pero you suspect din na maybe syndicate?
I still don't know because this is a work in progress. Pero yung lamang pong 49 offshore accounts talagang kamuntik na po akong nahulog sa upuan ko, talagang nakakabigla po talaga ito. I myself did not expect this. Kaya nga po ako tumawag ng press con kagaya nito. Pagtulungan po natin. Obligasyon po natin ito. Let's get to the bottom of this.
Sir, do you have a time frame when you're going to unmask this person and maybe file a case?
Would depend on how fast we can do the verification kasi medyo ano rin po ito, medyo alam nyo naman, medyo mahirap din po ito.
Congressman Marcoleta, Sir, Vic Suminta, Cabinet 25. Sir, based on your presentation, particularly those intriguing facts, at until now, yung COMELEC tahimik doon sa they are supposed to be accountable to the electorate, magpaliwanag sila. My question is, since we are running out of time, today is July 8, by October magpa-file na tayo ng Certificate of Candidacy. So what is the other remedy or legal remedy na pwede natin gawin para sa ganon, ma-preserve natin yung integrity ng ating national and local elections in 2025?
First of all, I think the COMELEC should reply to us. This is a valid question. This matter has been brought to national consciousness. They should not keep silent. For the sake of transparency and for the sake of truth, they should come clean and answer these questions. And there is also a duty for our Supreme Court to do something on this. I think there is a motion for reconsideration. I think the COMELEC should not be afraid. As you might have noticed, in the last elections, we had only 8 months left. But we have proven that we can still do it. There's still, I think, ilang buwan pa? 10 buwan mula ngayon. Like what we did in 2010. 10 buwan ang natitira pero nagawa pa natin. But I think there should be another bidding. Kapag sinabi ng Supreme Court that the act is committed with grave abuse of discretion, It is void and non-existent. There is no reason not to nullify it. Meron pang panahon. At even if, sabihin na natin, halimbawa, if push comes to shove, halimbawa, the COMELEC is not telling us that there are still 97,000 BCMs, both counting machines, in their warehouse in Laguna. And these are supported by warranties, labor, equipment, spare parts, and maintenance. We can still use them. Bakit kasi natin binili ito? 18 billion pesos. Ang sinasabi naman ng batas you can procure, you can lease, you can rent, and other mode of acquisition for whatever you will use in the election. Dapat siguro nagrenta na lang tayo, nag-lease na lang tayo, nang ganito lang pala. Hanggang ngayon hindi nila ma-prove kung talagang magagamit natin ito. Remember, we're now talking of a combination of two applications, not a separate application of DRE or OMR. They will use a hybrid machine. Ang sabi ng batas natin, the procured system must have demonstrated capability and successfully used in prior electoral process. Wala silang may papakitang ganun. So, you have violated the law. We cannot use the operative fact. Why? Ang sabi ng Supreme Court, kinakailangan good faith. Before the operative fact doctrine can be utilized and can be applied, dapat sana you can apply it as a sound legal framework if all the parties acted in good faith. Did COMELEC act in good faith? I will tell you. I will repeat this. Disqualifying Smartmatic without giving it its due process on a mere information supplied by the Department of Justice of America. Is that good faith? There's no good faith. They did not follow Republic Act 9184 because there is no more bidding. Is that good faith? That's not good faith. That's bad faith. They did not follow their own internal rules and regulations because there is no more bidding. Is that good faith? It's not good faith. It's bad faith. Did they follow Article 12 of Republic Act 9369 by being able to show the whole country and to the whole people that these machines were within the specifications of the law? That's not good faith. That's bad faith. So this is the problem.
Sir, just a quick follow-up lang. Since only Miro system yung sinasabi ng COMELEC na nag-qualify dahil dinisqualify yung Smartmatic, nag-proceed sila granting the contract to Miro. So, can we consider that as negotiated contract dahil wala nang bidding na nangyari?
Hindi nga mangyayaring nag-negotiate because hindi nga kayo nag-call ng bidding. Ang negotiated lang kung may nag-participate na other bidders and then nag-fail yung bidding, 1 and 2 nag-fail. So negotiated na yon. In the first place, wala nga ang bidding. So how can you call it a negotiated contract? Kailangan po sagutin ng COMELEC lahat ito. The people needs the answer. Now. Not tomorrow, but now. What is at stake is the integrity of our elections.
Sir, one last point from my end. So meaning to say, yung mga pinapakover ng COMELEC na machine na pinapakita nila, automated counting machine produced by Miro, that is only a prototype.
It's a prototype.
Hindi
Approve
yan
na
yung
po
talagang
yun.
machine
Yes.
na gagamitin natin.
Yes, ito pong mga colleagues ko sa Congress when they were invited to witness the demonstration, nagko-complain nga po sila eh. Sabi nila, why was it prototype? A prototype is a customized machine but not produced yet. Paano ngayon, paano mo sasabihin na nagpirmahan na kayo? 18 billion pesos, you signed the contract, there's already a notice of award without even presenting that these machines are the ones that we need. Nag-work ba yung hybrid? Eh yung nga yung separate applications, hindi nga nag-work. In Congo as well as in Iraq. Paano pa yung combined application? There is no precedent yet. 18 billion pesos. The biggest contract ever for automated election system.
Sir, good morning po. Lianesca Janes Capanti of GMA News. Hello. GMA News Online, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Apo. Clarify ko lang po, you said that you are still verifying the 49 offshore bank accounts. Of the 49, meron po kasi kayong mga binanggit dun sa yung,
Yes, ma'am.
Yung development, how it progressed over time. Of the 49, sir, how many of those are already verified? Meron na kayong na-verify na for sure?
Yes, we are continuing the verification. Hindi lang namin masabi sa inyo ngayon kung ilan na. That's why we ask for your patience. Medyo, ano po ito, medyo critical po talaga. Kaya nga po kami nagtawag na ng ganitong press forum para tulungan nyo na rin kami. Alam mo nyo, kadadali po nito, kayo na rin po siguro ang gumawa ng paraan. Magtulungan na po tayo. For example, we're talking of 49 offshore bank accounts. Mapapadali po ito. For example, if you go to Comelec, sir, there was a serious array of information surrounding or relating to the procurement of Demiru machines. Para po siguro mapadali natin, would you, for example, all the members of the Commission on Elections probably issue a waiver so that this representation and his team can go on verifying this in a faster mode? Baka gusto nyo kaming tulungan.
Okay, sir. Sir, okay. Yung follow-up ko lang po. You made a conclusion kasi na yung 49 can be traced to a Comelec official. Official or officials?
I am not making a conclusion. The indications lead to.
Indications.
Yes.
Based on the information what you've
Yes,
gathered
so
so
far.
far. Okay. Thank you, sir. Yan lang po. Thank you.
Thank you. Parang tumahimik.
Ay.
Nabigla lamang ba kayo dahil you did not expect this, or you are no longer interested to ask questions on a very important issue concerning our future as a country?
Hi, Morgan Enriquez po from TV5. Kong.
Yes, ma'am.
Kung you said po, it leads to only one person, you still don't know po, no? May yung particularly yung name, kumbaga? O may pangalan na po ba tayo? May lead na po ba tayo? Kung sino po ito?
Ayaw po nating sabihin ang pangalan kasi nga it's unfair naman na sabihin natin ang pangalan while we are still in the process of verifying this. Kailangan po, ako naman po ang naging prinsipyo ko po, palagi po akong sigurado, hindi po ako, kumbaga sa namamaril, hindi po ako bumabaril ng padaskul-daskul lang. Sharpshooter po ako Hindi po nyo na itatanong.
Sige. Pero kung, so ayaw niyo lang po sabihin yung pangalan, pero ibig sabihin may pangalan na po tayo, gaano po kataas na official po ito sa Comelec?
Basta po official po ng Comelec. Let's leave it at that. Yes, sir.
Sir, yung sinayad yung mga violations ng Comelec sa automated election law at saka sa procurement law, enough grounds po ba yun para sa impeachment ng Comelec officials? Enough grounds for impeachment ng Comelec officials?
Oo naman.
Yung violations.
Yung pag nag-violate ka ng batas natin, meron tayong Republic Act 9369. Maliwanag ang banggit niya. Yung ipoprocure mong system, sabi niya ganun, must have demonstrated capability. At kinakailangan it was successfully used in prior elections here or abroad. It's incumbent upon them to produce precedents, actual experience that these machines are the ones that we needed based on the categorical mandate of the law. Yung terms of reference lang niya. The minimum requirement, sabi niya ganun, there should be a combination of two applications. Sila mismo gumawa ng terms of reference. Sabi niya, it is a hybrid machine, a combination of OMR at saka yung DRE. Eh yun nga lang, DRE and OMR separately used in other countries, sumablay na eh. Ito pa kayang pag i-merge mong dalawa, you will use a combination of two applications in one machine, but without producing an evidence that they can work in our jurisdiction. Problematic na po yun. Kinakabahan naman ako doon. Aren't we supposed to look into the outcome of our elections? Yung integrity po nito, ang pinag-uusapan natin. Huwag na po nating pag-usapan yung 18 billion, although pwede rin naman nating masyadong malaki naman po ito. Hindi po 1.8 billion ito. 18 billion. But more than the amount itself, more than that, there is a more pressing issue. This is the integrity, the credibility, and the sanctity of our national elections.
Sir, do you have any plans to initiate an impeachment complaint against the...
Let's cross the bridge when we get there. Siguro ang iniisip ko ngayon is to file an appropriate resolution, an inquiry into the subject matter, para sa ganun mapadali natin o magkatulungan tayong lahat. But foremost, kaya ko po tinawag ito, you are all responsible members of media. Alam ko po na pare-pareho tayong may puso ng hindi natin pababayaan na basta na lang mapariwara ang quality ng ating eleksyon. It is also your responsibility, hindi lang po ako. Kaya ako po tinawag ito para magkaisa tayo. Pagtulungan po natin ito alang-alang sa ating bansa.
Sir, Gabriel Lalo po from Inquirer. Sir, I was about to get to that point. Kung magpa-file po ba kayo ng House resolution about it?
I intend to. Tinatapos lang po natin yung verification, talaga pong importanteng ma-verify po ito.
Sir, hindi ba siya mako-cover nung current? Mayroong kasing hearings din yung Committee on Suffrage, di ba sir? Tungkol dito sa issue na to. Hindi siya mako-cover nun para mabilis na lang. Kasi
wala namang specific hearing kasi based on this eh. Noong huling hearing po nila, nakapagsalita lang po ako on other matters. Ang pinag-uusapan po natin yung wala ng withdrawal sa mga ganito. Ibang issue po ang pinag-uusapan eh. I just asked the chairman a few minutes if I can talk on other matters because it's so important to me. And I took advantage of the presence of COMELEC representatives. Sinabi ko na naman po ito. Kasi gusto ko po talagang magsalita sila at ipaliwanag po lahat ang agam-agam kagaya ngayon na pinag-uusapan. Ito, lumaki na po and the plot thickens already.
Sir, question lang din regarding dun sa machines. Yung sinisita po kasi, di ba, yung sa Miru. Would there be enough time kung sakaling when it happens na makancel yung kontrata sa Miru, would there be enough time to prepare for the 2025?
Palagay ko, the President, yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, 2015, the contract was signed in September 2015. 8 months na lang ang natitira for the 2016 elections. At pagkatapos nga, nagkaroon pa ng problema because the Supreme Court made a ruling that the COMELEC should institute or implement yung BCPAT. Ito yung Voter Certified Paper Trail Audit. Walang magawa yung contractor. So it needed 2 weeks. 2 months na lang before the election, nagawa pa rin niya ng paraan. So tayo naman, wala pa tayo sa ganung critical. May 10 months pa tayo, like what we did in 2010. 10 months ang natitira. So sabi ko, wag nating takutin ang sarili natin. Sabi ko nga, medyo natakot ang Supreme Court. Ang sinabi niya, we cannot nullify. Although dapat ni-nullify niya na po. With all due respect to the COMELEC. Kasi sabi niya, grave abuse of discretion amounting to excess or lack of jurisdiction. If the act committed grave abuse of discretion, void po yun legally speaking. Non-existent. Pero tumuloy siya doon sa operative fact kasi nga natatakot siya, baka kung mag-undertake ng new bidding, kapag na-nullify yung bidding na yun, baka kulangin tayo, might jeopardize yung 2025 election. I think, with all due respect, the apprehension has no basis. Dahil meron pa tayong maliwanag na 10 months as we speak today.
Hi, Kong Marcoleta.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Kong Marcoleta. I'm Melalas Moras from PTV4. Sir, follow-up lang po. Bukod sa pinaplano nating House Resolution, nalalapit na rin kasi yung budget season. Kayo po, ano po yung pinaplano nyo sa nalalapit na budget season pagdating pag humarap na sa Kamara itong ang COMELEC? Kayo po ba, gusto nyo po bang malinaw muna to bago magawaran o maaprubahan yung hinihinging budget ng COMELEC? Ano po yung mga nakikita nyong kondisyon para malinaw tong isyong ito bago sila mabigyan ng budget?
Nililid mo ako sa leading question. Siyempre, tatanungin natin siya. It's also an opportunity. Alangan naman bigla na lamang dumaan na lang ba yung budget nang hindi natin. Lahat ng pagkakataon magagamit natin para i-bring up po itong napaka-importanting bagay. We will take advantage of every opportunity to get to the bottom of this. Yun po ang aking pangangako sa inyo.
Sir, as early as now, with all the, yun nga, yung mga revelations po natin, are you still hopeful na magkakaroon po tayo ng clean and credible election sa 2025?
Bakit naman hindi? Ako, pangarap ko yun. Maski ikaw, pangarap mo din yun. Lahat po tayo nangangarap. Wala po sigurong isa sa atin ang hindi nangangarap na lahat po ng eleksyon natin kailangan malinis. Pagsikapan po natin na ma-achieve natin yun. At every way, every angle, gawin po natin yun. Yung pagtutulungan natin, importante po yun. Kaya po tayo nag-uusap. Sapagkat ito po yung napakalaking problema ang kinakaharap natin. Pagtulungan po natin lahat ito.
Opo. Sir, last na po from my end. Nagkaroon din po ba kayo ng chance na makausap din yung COMELEC officials about this? Or meron din bang ganong plano na magkaroon ng meeting with them?
Wala pa po kaming naging pag-uusap. Yun nga po, kagaya po ni Alex Magno na naka-8 articles na po. Basahin po ninyo. November 2023 up to May 2024, kung hindi po ako nagkakamali at bibihira po akong magkamali, 8 articles po. Ako po siguro 2 articles lang na naisulat ko. Tungkol din dito, yung lumabas po about 10 days ago, sinabi ko nga, na may problema ito because even the US aid, kinol na po nung isang US-based journal na, aren't you supposed to assess, sabi, the wisdom of supporting the countries using Meru system, considering that even the president of the Congo Election Commission was cited by the US Treasury Department. Kasi lumabas po na nagkaroon siya ng corruption issue. He padded the value of the machines coming from Meru by US 100 million. At yung pong pera na yun ay na-deposit sa kanyang company controlled by his family. Lahat po, sinabi ko rin po ito pero ang nangyari, kagaya rin po ni Alex Magno, wala po tayong nakukuhang kasagutan. Nakakabader naman po yun. Nakakapagbigay ng pagdududa. Bakit hindi po kayo magsalita? Bakit hindi po kayo mag-explain? Ito po ba isang bagay na hindi ka explain? Paano ba sa Tagalog yun? Hindi po ba ito isang bagay na dapat po ninyong ipaliwanag na mabuti sa ating mga mamamayan? Yun po lamang hinihingi natin.
Kung Dante, sir, clarification lang po. Halimbawa, ang kailangan natin talaga is the explanation of COMELEC. What if the COMELEC will insist on the decision of the Supreme Court applying the doctrine of operative facts? Because nung sabihin ng Supreme Court yung nasa isip nila, baka it will jeopardize the preparation of 2025 elections. So at this time, baka kung magkaroon pa ng panibagong bidding, baka iyon yung i-insist nila sa atin na Supreme Court na although there is an yung abuse of the discretion, that's why they applied the doctrine of operative facts. Baka yun yung maging rason ng COMELEC. So what will happen o anong susunod nating legal move to compel the COMELEC na para maalis yung pagdududa?
Ako naman, optimistic ako na kasi there is a motion for reconsideration. Ako, baka makita uli. If the COMELEC will take a second, harder look on it, the COMELEC will probably realize that the act should have begun yung good faith. Walang good faith eh. The operative doctrine applies only when the act started in good faith. Maliwanag yun. The long line of decisions taken by the Supreme Court say that operative fact can only apply as a rule of equity, as a sound legal framework, if the parties acted in good faith. I'm telling you that they didn't act in good faith. Hindi ko na uulitin yung mga sinabi ko. So, palagay ko po, because there is a motion for reconsideration, ang aking palagay, baka naman the Supreme Court will finally make a decision nullifying the bidding. If that happens, then magmadali tayo, magbid sila kaagad, we still have time.
Good morning po, Sir. Joy Cantos po from Filipino Star. Sir, I just want to ask, if the COMELEC would pursue to use the Miro equipments in the conduct of 2025 midterm polls, did you foresee a failure of election? Would they be held accountable for the violation of ethical standard, administrative and criminal case?
Sana wag na po tayong mapunta doon because ang gusto ko yung hindi maapektuhan yung integrity ng election natin. Ang sabi ko kanina, if push comes to shove, I think the COMELEC can still utilize the 75,000 BCMs now stored in their warehouse in Laguna. Dadagdagan na lang po natin ng konti. Sa tingin ko, mas maganda po na senaryo yon. At makakatipid pa po tayo. Siguro, isoli na lang ng Miro yung kanila, binayad natin sa kanila. Sapagkat hindi nila napatunayan, ang makinang ibinibigay nila sa atin are capable. They have demonstrated capability. Yun po yung sinasabi ng batas. At sana huwag na tayong pumunta ron kasi kahit na halimbawa napanagutan nila yon, sumabit naman ang ating election, yung integrity natin. Mas gusto ko pa po, unahin natin yung integrity ng ating electoral process.
Sir, from the figure that you've shown, does it indicate that Miro bribed the COMELEC to get the 18 billion contract reward?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Sir, on other topic, nagpalabas na po ng 10 million reward doon kay Pastor Quiboloy. Are you optimistic by this time ma-arrest na po siya? Kasi in the past,
Magandang balita ang hatid namin sa inyo ngayong araw. Sa pagtatapos ng aming balitaan, nagbigay kami ng mga mahalagang impormasyon. Maraming salamat sa pagtutok at pagsuporta sa aming programa. Huwag kalimutang manatili sa mga susunod na araw para sa mga bagong balita at mga kwento na dapat nating abangan. Mula sa Boses ng Masa, magandang araw, Pilipinas!